Snowpack is back. Hello from the hole. I don't know if you can hear it, guys, but it is raining in the background there. I got the fan blowing over there as usual. It is Monday again, so how fitting. See? Rain. Anyway. I don't know what to tell you what I haven't told you before, guys. You always think you know what you're going to say, and then you start talking, and then your brain starts doing something, and then you might come out with something different and be even better than what you thought. I can tell you guys that nobody gives a fuck about you in this world. It's like we care about you now. Every time you come to us, it's like, okay, I want this. Well, I can't do this. Well, why'd you have kids in? You go to the Bible, the church, right? It's like, okay, we're going to create all this and then we're going to regulate it. Why can't we just live in harmony? These people don't care about you. They don't want you. I'm talking about Bible stuff, you know, the Bible stories and everything. These people can't just make it to where everything can just work out and people get along. Who wants to do the same thing every day? I don't want to do the same thing every day. That's boring. That's miserable, but, you know. These people do it that way on purpose. And you just know they're laughing. These higher people, these so-called elite or whatever. But no, we're supposed to be thankful that our parents brought us into a world of basically absolute slavery. That's done up to make it seem like, get all this stuff. I don't care. I just want to have the bare necessities. I want to be able to have a drink when I want to drink. I want to be able to go somewhere when I want to go somewhere. I want to be able to, take a walk. That's about the only thing you can do for free. I want to go to the park. That's free. The church is free. Those are things that are free. And why? I don't know, because they help you cope. They're trying to keep you enslaved in the system of the rabbit hole matrix, of course. But it's just, at the same time, it's like, that's not going to give you this stupid paper money that the whole thing revolves around. We got people getting hurt all over the place, and then it's like, okay, life's great. Why? What is so great about a life like that when you got to work your butt off and people are discriminated over the dumbest things? That's a stupid life. We got 3 minutes on this video, but I'm going to keep talking. As long as the video is like 3 minutes, it'll post without being automatically as short. I figured that out a long time ago. And God, man, that T-Sizzle, man, I want him to get his channel back, but I just don't know what to do to help him. I mean, I wish I could just become a member of his old channel, but I never got around to doing it. I've been listening to all these other guys for so long, so my apologies there. And if there's anything I could do to help with the YouTuber people, I would do it. I don't know how much help I could be. But, anyway, that's another thing. You're always trying to be a good person in life, right? If you can't tell, it's just going to be a big, long rant for you guys. It's Monday, and, I'll give you a rant before I go in there and start begging people for something again. I'm probably going to be forced into doing something I don't want to do. That Steve Brown hadn't posted anything in days. He's probably doing his construction work, and Warner Crush System's still going strong. Live Soul Raiders doing lives almost every Sunday, so I'm just, shouting out. I mean, it's like I went live yesterday right when I was walking out of my little spirit house over there. It does help me feel better. I kind of like it when it's raining on Monday, guys, because it kind of fits the mood. It's like, there's that Keith Urban song, it's raining on Sunday. Well, I prefer it like it's raining on Monday because it fits the mood better. Here, I'll show it to you guys. It's all right. As long as you guys don't figure out where the hell I live, because I don't want any people coming after me or anything. There's no address or nothing. It's good. But anyway, it does fit the mood of Monday, guys. It's just because you wake up on Sunday. A lot of people just go back to sleep. I like to go over there and just stand there with my hands up, with my eyes shut, and just you do that prayer stuff. You know what I mean, guys? They call it tongues or whatever. It does give you peace, and I do believe in a higher power, like I've said in my content so many times, the consciousness, free will, higher up power. And I mean, it's just a lot of people are going to be like, no, I don't want to listen to Black Hole Channel. I want to be like with somebody who's more than an atheist or an agnostic or whatever. Atheist is like where you don't believe in a God at all. Agnostic is when you believe in a God, but you don't know exactly what it is, T Sizzles mentioned that on his channel. What was his channel? It's still fucking YouTube. Don't want to say anything, or then I'll have my channel. It's the same thing happened to me. Anyway, yeah, this one was just I haven't posted in a couple days, and I'm just what happened last Thursday with my father coming in and noticing all that stuff in there when I waited for days and days for him to go to the store, and he finally went, and then I finally had a nice evening by myself, and then sure enough the thing gives out and he walks in and sees it there on the floor trying to fix the cable, and now he's just mad at me all weekend. Hopefully he's better now. Here on Monday I gotta go in there, and you always get all these stupid notes like, oh, we're sorry, we're not gonna hire you, and fucking Labor Day coming up. I mean, it's Labor Day. I mean, it's time to get to work, right? People going back to school, because it is a slave system. They just breed you to become slaves. Basically, that's it. And I was gonna go out there and just sit in the sun like I do sometimes. I don't want to get rained on. But a lot of these innocent children. I've been meaning to do a video where I just do whatever really comes into my head. I was thinking of titling this something, I don't know. What was I gonna, Brain Dead Society? I think I might call it that. I don't know. I might just call it another rant. I don't know. But it's so hard to get across into words just what exactly is really going on. How you really feel, how you really think. You take all the stuff that you've been through in your life and you just try to mold it into some wonderful piece of content that's going to help somebody out there. Tragic Reality is always, he's pretty cool. He turned his comments back on. Who else? Javal the Doomer, he'd been doing a lot of video games. Tony the Tiger's been doing a lot of video games on his channel. And he wanted to go live with me yesterday, but I was a little occupied. So I'm still available. I mean, he might take a break. I don't know. I'm talking about all the main people I subscribe to, all the really wonderful YouTubers that I listen to all the time. Benedictine the Truth, he did one just this morning about school, I think. I probably listen to it here in a minute. I don't know. There's just a lot of this stuff that's just going to make you even more depressed than you already are. But at the same time, when the video's over, it's like, okay, well, yeah, thanks for the wisdom that I pretty much already know, but it sure is nice to hear somebody else out there talking about it if you don't already realize it. Because why would you be, that's another thing, why would you be listening to all this YouTube stuff if you weren't already aware of the fact that everything was sucky? Why it wouldn't mean you'd be out there in the world making money and having hot dates and going to hotels and going on vacation, you wouldn't be listening to this stuff. And even those people that do have, the money, they still like to listen to this stuff. They just, it gives them kicks. I'd sit in the spa when I go to the hotel and I still had money and I'd listen to the rant stuff. Then eventually the hotel got mad at me. I told you all those stories about how I was sleeping in their chair and just everybody. You go to church, you're supposed to be quiet. You're not supposed to say anything. Everything's shut up. But it's always about how you feel in the moment. Well, most of the time it's about just struggling to get through another day. Because once you got that paycheck and everything, then you can do what you need to do. But as long as you're living with your parents and you're just struggling to get by with all the high prices, which is a lot of that's going on, people are going to put on whatever face they want. They're gonna act like they're happy when they're really not happy. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm happy about being at work today. Yeah, give me the ticket or whatever. Tell me where to go. That's what I would always do. I would always be like, yeah, tell me where I need to go. Yes, sir. I'm just a little slave. Give me my money after this long day's work. Let me get started before my brain starts to go astray on things that I'd rather be doing. But you still gotta act like, oh, I'm so excited. I appreciate all my subscribers. I appreciate you we made it all the way to 1,000 videos this last week. Oh yeah, that Dr. Hard, that video game he gave out his heart, if you know what I don't know. He went 1 million subscribers. He finally did his live last night. I was like, yeah, I watch all this stuff. All these people go live. Tingle Spells is my favorite ASMR channel next to Dr. Hard. I mean, they're probably both tied the same. Like them both the same. Anything that helps you cope, guys. I mean, it's just, I wake up in the morning, you go through my routine, watch Price is Right or whatever on the internet, since they won't be new until next month. Go on walks in the park, cook dinner for my parents. My father, my late mother, is already gone for about over a year and a half ago, and then I go back in there in the room and I listen to YouTube, and I go, father goes all his paper out, and then I do my own thing at night, and wake up and do it again until I just become a slave again. Because every week is the same. It's like, oh yeah, Sunday, and then the next day is Monday, which is today. Monday sucks, blah blah blah. Forever will it make you wanna cry. What's the worst day of the week that makes us all the prance? Monday sucks. Yeah, Monday sucks. Get it off your chest. Yeah, like the Mickey Mouse thing. But it's true, and Monday does suck. Because a lot of people, I mean, unless you get Monday off, which I did get Monday off, but most of these jobs want you to work 6-7 days a week, which is ridiculous. Why in the hell would you want to work 6-7 days a week? I don't want to work 6 days, 7 days a week. I want have my own time for my own thing. Right? But people will be like, oh, you got a bad attitude or whatever. I'm going to pause it for a minute, guys, get some more coffee. Now, these parents out here, they don't give a fuck about what you're going through. You try to ask them, oh, I'd like to have some beer, I'd like to have some wine. I don't want you drinking, Yeah, well, it's the only thing that's helping me right now. Like I told you, I waited for a whole extra week that I should have had to wait for my father to go to the store. And he did give me like $25, but he took so long to go to the store and everything. He knows that I like to drink, but he's still like, oh, you don't, there's a lot of parents out there that do a lot of worse things than that, but he's still like, oh, I don't want you drinking. Well, it's the only thing that's helping me right now in my crazy life. Nobody will hire me. I'm living with my parents at my age, 43. Yeah, I've told you this, guy, before. Some people even older live with their parents. And if anybody makes fun of me for that, I am just going to remove you from my comments. I'm not going to put up with any haters and trolls and whatnot. So he knows that I want to drink, and he just doesn't do it unless it's like going to the store. And then he finally finds out that I did that when the cable get out. He's like, oh, you drank 15 beers at once? Yeah, because I wrote him a little note. I'm always writing little notes, right? I told you. I mean, it says, well, I mean, I waited for you to go to the store for days and days, and you just, you didn't do it. And then I finally get my hands on my stuff again, even though you gave me that $25, which, I did go out. I showed it in my Steve Brown live, that I went out and I went down to the Quickie Mart when he was out on his paper route so I could have a little bit of a drink. I brought some back, and he didn't know about it. And now he's going to be like, "Where's that $25 I gave you? I already spent it on booze because I was waiting for you to get the stuff." And he'll get all mad at me for that, mad at me for just trying to ease my mind and trying to cope in a crazy reality that he brought me into, that my parents brought me into. You see, this is what I'm talking about, guys. These parents, they don't give a fuck about us. You brought your kid in the world. You owe them everything. If they want to have a beer, they don't know what's going on in this crazy world, guys. They don't know how bad the economy is. They don't know how hard it is to get a job. It's not like back in the 50s when you could just buy a house for like $20. I'm speaking, you know what I mean? Like more, I'm speaking figuratively, guys. I used to go to the hotels during this time. I used to go to the hotels on Sunday when I'd be off for 3-day weekends, and Monday now I'm all penniless all over. It's like the world just want to bring you down. It doesn't want to help you. You get all these stupid emails like, oh, we're not going to hire you. You apply to this place. Oh, we're not going to hire you. You go on this interview. No, we're not going to hire you. Fuck you. Give me the job. You ask these stupid questions. Why do you want to work here? Give me the job, people. Give me the damn job that I probably won't even like anyway, because my parents had to bring me in this world, and they won't even get me a beer when I want a beer. And they can't understand why I would drink a whole lot at once when I've been waiting for days and days because I can't go out and get my own stuff. Just so I can go, oh, it's bad for you, Jeff. Well, fuck it. I don't care if it's bad for me. I still want to drink some. It helps me feel better, and it helps me sleep better. And when I was living by myself, I didn't have to put up with this crap. Living with people, that's a pain in the ass. I'm just trying to hit on everything as best I can in this content, guys. It's only been 15 minutes. I think I've already hit on everything, but now we're going to try to expand on it a little bit. You don't need to have a kid if you're just going to be telling them what to do all the time, and you're going to be forcing them to do things that they don't necessarily want to do. You can survive just fine in this world. Just living your life and be done with it. And people are always going to be there trying to screw you over, trying to make you think what they want you to think, and they never can accept the fact that you have a mind of your own. I'm going to have to pause it, guys. I'm going to make some more coffee. I'll be right back. Okay, it's like I brought you into the world, right? Because I got to stop talking. I got to try to catch up. It's like I brought you into the world, right? Now you owe me everything. I don't owe you jack shit. You brought me here. You owe me everything. If I want something, you're supposed to get it for me. These job people, they should be hiring better, but they don't. They're just egotistical parents. They know they don't have a clue how you're really thinking and feeling. Camera starts running. It's a little harder to say what I was really thinking just now. You know what I'm going though. And you can't do that without even YouTube being like, okay, you got to follow the guidelines. What guidelines? The guidelines that present you from tell you how it is, people. I'm going to start bawling just like the rain here. Just, fucking tears coming out of my eyes. Like, I can't believe how fucking stupid and pathetic and rigged and scam this world is. It's like when you're happy, the world just wants to bring you down and make you miserable and try to kill you faster than necessary. It brings you here just to be a slave. It's evil. It's stupid. Live spelled backwards, evil. But nobody should have to get on the internet and try to having to reach out to people like this just to feel better about, or try to help others feel better. It shouldn't have to come to that. It shouldn't have to come to people being wage slaves and living on the street. But your whole life you can be a great person. You can be a wonderful, fantastic, loving, caring, outgoing person, and the world will still do something eventually to you. More than likely, that'll just fuck your life up and make you feel like a loser and just never forgive you for it. This stupid reality. People act like they care, but it's always about making some kind of profit off of your misery. The paperwork. It's always about paperwork. Paperwork to get the paper. Paperwork to get the paper. You got to fill out, and now everything's got to be online. You can't just walk in somewhere and get a job anymore. It ain't like it is when they're parents and you bring the kids here. Now they got to suffer their asses off. Because he brought in a world where it's just even worse, than it was back in the Depression in a lot of ways. It's doctored up to make it seem like it isn't. Because everything's even more expensive now. Everything's even, we got all this technology now. Back then they didn't have all this technology and AI. Now we got it. And the same fucking thing is happening that happened just a little under 100 years ago or whatever. It's like the second Great Depression. But you keep on bringing kids here and you keep on making the population go up, up, up. It's over 8 billion now. We're going to have the goddamn wars are just going to probably start up. You feel so helpless every morning you wake up. It's like, okay, the weekend's over now. I got to go be a slave. That feeling is like, okay, I got to go be a slave again now. Because my parents brought me here and just the thoughts just start pouring in, and yet you still got to get out of your nice comfy bed and go get some coffee and fucking get in the car that hopefully even works and go to a job that you hate and be treated like crap. Fuck this world. And you go home and you do it again. Hopefully you don't get anybody injured. Oh my God, I hate this place, guys. But there's all this talk. It's like, it's going to build character. Fuck character. I don't give a fuck. I already got character, man. Parents trying to boost their ego by giving their kids character and charging them rent, like I was saying on Thought Provokers Live last night. That's another YouTuber. Oh God, there's so many of these guys on here that get on here and know how the world is. Benedict King the Truth, I already mentioned him. And they know what's going on. They get it. They're like me. They resonate with me. And then my father sees me on my phone. It's like, you're always on the phone listening to stuff. Jesus, fuck me. it's like you can't do anything without these. It's like you're a good person trying to live your life, and then everything around you is fucking stopping you. And we're just trying to find meaning and stuff, and then we get angry about it, and then it's like something wrong with us. Like we're not supposed to be pissed off. That I feel like Jesus Christ or whatever, Yeshua, standing there with everybody around him. It's like, oh, should we stone him or crucify him? And and Caesar standing there is like, oh, I guess I got to do this because there's too many people that want to see this guy get crucified. And and then Jesus the whole time is standing there with that look on his face, like he's like, they don't, yeah. They're using their free will to totally go against what I'm all about. It's like, oh, I'm going to make things new and everything. At the same time, you got to go back at the beginning of the Bible. It's like, okay, it's always about free will. It's always about going astray and then trying to find ourselves back with the second Adam and Jesus or whatever, which is basically, I think, what if God was one of us? What if we're all God? What if everything is just trying to evolve itself? And, it's just, why does everything got to be so deep? Why can't just everything look on the surface and just try to be more like, you know what? Yeah, God, we're over 20 minutes on this video. Good, like spit out my guts, and you guys can like it if you like. For some reason, the algorithm or whatever doesn't really get on my channel very well. Because you think something different every day. Every day you wake up and think something different. Anyway, I go open the cross, I make things new. What if everything's already new? And it's always been trying to regulate itself, right? Because people are just always looking on the surface of things. Nobody ever really goes into deep, and it's not that deep, Fine as this, none of this stuff matters, and it's always about attitude and perspective, and people are always looking as like, okay, you look weird, you're fuck that. These parents are like, oh, well, you got to deal with it, and there's no way out of this crap. And people, you can't get a work job because, oh, you're not qualified. Why not? I can do this job. You go in there, you finally get hired for it, you go in there, you realize that it's something that a 2-year-old could do, and that's been rigged and fucked the whole time. And it's like then you finally care about it. You do it for months and months. You finally start caring about it, and you end up losing it because you're stressed or whatever, or because of the pandemic. Too much overtime. Too many people that don't know what they're doing, putting you behind and making you not want to do it. Because nobody knows how to work as a team. Nobody can just help each other. Period. Because I can tell you that pretty much all the problems of the world would be solved. Everybody would just help each other. Because even if you were lying on your deathbed in a hospital or whatever, it'd feel better. Somebody just helping you. Not worrying about insurance. Not worrying about paperwork. Not worrying about fucking, the police going after all the assholes, the good people, while the assholes run free. And fucking, why should I have to sit here and try to spit up my guts like this? Why? It's just common sense, guys. The kid is usually wiser than the parent because, they must have carnated. They must have been here a million times and they're forced here, through a man and woman have sex. Otherwise, how can you incarnate if there's no body to incarnate in? The soul doesn't incarnate until right before it comes out of the womb, and everything else is just reflex of the spirit, What happens while the baby's still in the womb? The spirit is just, trying it out, and that's why the baby kicks, right? You can still have an abortion. The baby's still alive inside the mother, and they're still drinking and they're still doing all this crap. And it's just, that doesn't mean that it's fully incarnated yet. It can come in and out, right? It's only, I've heard that when, before death, the spirit actually starts to leave the body about a week before the body dies. And, it's just, you always got to look beyond it. It's like everything's below the surface. It's like, like an iceberg. A lot of people wouldn't understand what I'm really talking about. But like I say, society would probably just try to snuff all that out. So you'll just be a slave, a wage slave, right? I'm going to try to stay on topic and make this videos like slavery or just, brain dead society is what I'm thinking of calling this video, because when I was waking up this morning, it just makes you, it's like you have all this peace in your head, right? And then you wake up the next day and it's like, okay, now it's like, okay, now we got to do all the whole thing again. We got to get my brain, situated so I can do what everybody else wants me to do. Monday really brings that out. If the weekend relaxes in, you got to go be a slave again. If you're lucky enough to not have to work on the weekend. But there's always going to be somebody who's trying to be better than you. There's always going to be somebody who's thinking that they need to prove something. And the only thing he needs to be proven Because we're all I am consciousness with free will, and we can make a good reality, and we're making a crappy reality. And I just say, fuck it, it's brain dead society in this rabbit hole matrix, and I don't want to live in a society like that. And the only way it's ever going to change is if people come together and say, you know, just drop it on the floor, right? And say, we're not going to do this anymore. And it would just collapse. All these people would stop making money off of us, and all these people would just, you know, it's like, oh, you need to do this. We don't need to do jack shit. We're who we are. We're going to live. And it's like, oh, you're going to arrest. You can't have fucking police. So what if a million bazillion people united against all these stupid police trying to lock them up? And we're not afraid. Go ahead and try to lock us up. We're going to overpower you. Some might have to die in the process, but heck, how many people have had to die in stupid, senseless wars? Why don't we go against the actual source of the problem, which is this so-called elite and this stupid law enforcement keeping us from trying to be who we really want to be? Especially when it has to do with fucking the hospital not even helping you unless you got paperwork, insurance, or whatever. The only ones that's ever going to actually help you is the fire department. Because they say, oh, we're the fire department, we'll help you no matter what. Yeah, well, why can't the damn medical people be like that? Why can't the police be like that? Oh, it's got to be a real emergency, or, oh my God, fuck this world. And, you know, these parents keep breeding people here. There's 8 billion people on the planet. There's still a lot of open space, but there's soon to be a point to where you can't even have that. You can't have nothing without that stupid piece of paper. We're all going to die eventually anyway. Why can't we all just have a nice, happy experience with each other? Fuck, guys. That's all I gotta say for this fucking video. I could go on for another hours, but I'm not going to. Like, share, subscribe. I will see you guys again when the time is right. This black hole. I love you guys. Peace. Bye-bye for now. And yeah, survive the fucking Monday. I hate Monday. I'm gonna be counting just like fucking Garfield. Like, how much longer before Monday's over? Tick tock, fuck.